the worst holiday shopping season in at least 40 years. The fallout from the horrific holiday season for retailers has begun, with the operator of an online toy seller filing for bankruptcy protection. And more stores are expected to do the same, meaning more empty storefronts and fewer brands on the store shelves. A rash of store closings, which some experts predict will be the most in 35 years, is likely to come across areas from electronics to apparel, shrinking the industry and leading to fewer specialty players and suppliers. The most dramatic pullback in consumer spending in decades could transform the retail landscape, as thousands of stores and whole malls close down. And economists expect prolonged woes in the industry as the dramatic changes in shopping behavior could linger. You are going to see a substantial retrenchment in the retail industry. The downturn has been catastrophic. A number of stores couldn't even make it to Christmas. Circuit City Stores Incorporated filed for bankruptcy protection last month. It plans to keep operating, but toy seller KB Toys, which filed for bankruptcy earlier this month, is liquidating its stores and will shut down. And the survival prospects for many stores are dimming as more sales data comes in about the crucial holiday shopping season, which can account for up to 40% of a retailer's annual profit. Holiday sales fell from 2% to 4% compared to a year ago, according to Spending Pulse, a division of MasterCard Advisors. Excluding gas and car sales, they dropped between 5.5% and 8% from November 1st through December 24th, as key categories from luxury to electronics posted double-digit sales declines, and sales of electronics and appliances fell approximately 27%. ShopperTrack RCT Corporation, which tracks retail sales and customer traffic at more than 50,000 outlets, said Monday that it now expects foot traffic to be down approximately 16% and sales to decline 2.3% for the November and December period. The retail casualties, which were first among home furnishing stores and then many apparel stores over the past year or so, are expected to cut across all sectors as shoppers have slashed their spending on non-essentials from TVs to jewelry to electronics. Approximately 160,000 stores will have closed this year, and 200,000 more could be closed next year, said the managing director of consulting firm Strategic Resource Group. That would be the industry's biggest contraction in at least 35 years. And in March and April of next year, 2,000 to 3,000 malls across the country could be closed. Alix Partners LLP, a turnaround consulting firm, predicts that 25.8% of 182 major retailers it tracks are either facing major financial distress or will face a significant risk of filing for bankruptcy in either next year or 2010, the highest level in the 10 years that the firm has been tracking the figures. Among the most vulnerable are retailers that have debt coming due soon and had relied on solid holiday sales to generate cash. But some merchants whose debt is not due until later in 2009 or 2010 are paying big interest payments as they struggle with high debt loads and shrinking revenues. Some of the retailers that economists say they are watching carefully are struggling regional department stores. This week, parent company, the operator of eToys.com, filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection and said it will consider selling some or all of its operations. Retailers who do file for bankruptcy are also under more pressure now than in the past because of 2005 changes to the code that cut down the amount of time they have to file a complete reorganization plan. Another big problem for them will be securing additional financing to keep operating because of the tight credit markets and the severe or dire problems facing retailers also spell bigger problems for suppliers, which have already been seeing merchants cut or cancel orders. Alan Ellinger, Senior Managing Partner at New York-based MMG, an investment banking and strategic advisory practice, foresees a shakeout in the apparel industry and said those who survive are going to have a hard time meeting the financial needs of stores. There are big changes coming, and change has begun. Apparel companies have slashed their 2009 spring inventory by 20% to 25% from a year ago because they would rather be reacting to hot sellers than be stuck with too much merchandise. You have to go into deep survival mode. Poor performers are on the line after a very trying holiday season. And retailers will have to close tens of thousands of stores in 2009, and many more will file for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection. And yes, as the effects of the worst holiday retail season in at least 40 years sink in, every retailer is looking to reduce their footprint. Retailers will determine and assess every location. If it doesn't make a profit, it's gone. It'll have to go. The International Council of Shopping Centers have projected that 148,000 stores would close in 2008, the largest number since 2001. And an additional 73,000 stores could close in the first half of 2009, and that number could easily grow. We see a sustained, protracted, and prolonged shift in consumer behavior. This is not just one bad holiday season. And yes, these are all signs of what's going on around the world and the economic crisis. And all systems must change or adapt rapidly. And this is just part of something that's even bigger, much bigger, that's going on around the world. Things must change, and change is coming. And all this is connected to the end times transition days. Yes, a transition is going on. And there are many, many signs. They are all around us, day by day, every day. They are happening.